This is the standing cable hip abduction exercise. So I'm gonna show you a few reps and then we'll talk about the technique after. All right, so let's talk about that. First thing is you want to start off with the lowest amount of weight on the weight stack just to assess the proper amount of load that you're gonna use for this exercise and also master the technique. This is one of those exercises, it's not like a squat where if you load yourself up and you come up and down, the muscles are gonna work, they're gonna do their thing and you don't have to worry about it. This is a little bit of a trickier exercise if you want to get it done right. So after you start with the lowest amount of weight and step away, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your body into a good position while getting into a situation where, if you can see, I'm letting this stretch my leg across my body without the weight stack touching. And that way I have resistance throughout the entire range of motion of the exercise. And again, if you see, a common mistake is to move your body around. This is not an exercise where you would want to do something like that. What you want to do is you want to use the right amount of weight and use good technique. Because what will happen is you'll start using your other muscles of your other leg to do this, and you're not going to get the desired result. If you want to load up an exercise, squats, lunges, hip thrusts, glute drive machines, those are great, but this is something where you want to do it right, okay? And right means standing nice and still, having the leg pulled across your body, making sure that you're feeling it in this hip here, and the muscles, the abductors of your hip. Another thing, you can load up the weight, but just keep in mind that this is not an exercise where you're going to be able to use a lot of the weight stack. Even if you're a big person, big and strong, probably not going to use that much weight with this exercise. Even here, using one plate, I can still maintain good technique, but the heavier the weight gets, the more I'm going to feel it on my supporting leg. And that's the opposite of what you want. So keep that in mind. Last tip here is when you switch legs, make sure you give yourself enough rest in between legs. So don't do one side, then switch over and do the other side, because there's going to be some residual fatigue from this standing leg. Okay, that's going to cause, the idea here is not to push yourself to exhaustion. The idea is to do as many reps as you can with good technique. So rest allows you to do that, although it might feel harder if you keep the rest lower and just go from one side to the other side and back again. All right, but we're trying to keep the quality of the reps high and we're trying to fatigue the right muscles. Last thing I'll say about this, it's a great exercise for more like a rehab or more like a preventive exercise. So if you have any issues with your knees, your hips, your low back, this is an excellent exercise to either include at the beginning as kind of a warm-up or at the end of your leg workout as a way of just strengthening this area to avoid problems later. So give it a try.